I started my journey as Azazel by becoming the most demonic thing I could think of. A monolith member. Knowing I wouldn't be a part of the zone long in this form, I decided to take off alone, taking a job to exterminate some perfidious bandits. Then my greed overtakes me as I dive immediately into a bandit's bag, getting shot in the back. And I wake up, wouldn't you believe it, as a bandit who almost dies to a controller, only to actually die to a Psy-Dog who bites me in the butt. I wake up as another bandit that mysteriously died to some shock anomalies. Monolith again. I have to delve into a fight immediately against duty, and like a badass, I'm pressing the front lines, killing monoliths accidentally. Only for my troubles to end with another controller in a bandit outfit who two-shots me, and as I'm shocked that a controller would do this to one of their zone buddies as a monolith, I'm honored, oh great one. Finally, I'm something that's neutral. An egghead, or an egg-sterminate head. I'm in wonderment of the physiological mutations that have accrued by the mutants of the zone, and as I'm tasked with taking out what I think is a herbivore mutant, I went in with low expectations, only to die to a pack of boars. Mercenaries, which is why I wake up as next, only wanting cash, and not too smart about it either. Perfect. I love this body, but just like everybody, I die, and fought for life, and died. For my life after that, I thought maybe a squad would help me with my follies, along with an old body of mine. Unfortunately, my amateur approach to the zone had shown through, so I decided to make things a little bit harder. I spawned myself into the Freedom Camp, a faction that is seemingly too rare to body snatch, but just dumb enough that I might be able to get a little bit of marijuana. And my one goal is to stay alive in this war that I've started. A warfare mode I've clicked. I stake my life on a massive fight with the weakest mutant faction, zombified. I dip, dodge, duck, and dive and dodge. And, it's a long battle, but at least I've gotten a primary, a TAWS, a double-barrel shotgun that, now as I'm looking at it, is more conditioned to fight than the rest of the primaries that I could have picked up. And I've gained a couple of nice dart shells, be it new or old, that I feel like I should be able to use in my next fights. I carry also a Browning high power for mid-range, inaccurate shooting, and, that nearly broken TAWS in case I get scared by a sneaky Stalker. As I walk from checkpoint to checkpoint, finding different things that I can try and take over, I find ecologists, I find separate factions that are neutral to me. Only when I get down to the Jupiter Bridge do I actually find some bandits that have come to try and take my life. But my enduring spirit will not let me die. It instead makes sure that I last. Last one left alive. But I find myself now stuck behind enemy lines, and I'm not quite sure what to do. The longer I wait, the more the monolith moves in on my headquarters, and the Freedom Stalkers just don't have the manpower to fight back. Every situation seems like it's based on me getting headshots or 10 hits on one guy just to get shot for all of my health. The Jupiter checkpoint is ours. The bridge is ours, but now the headquarters are under heavy attack. I'm walking up behind the monolith, taking out as many as I can before finally rounding a tree and then getting taken out. And as I'm equipping both my primary and my secondary, I start taking out monolith members left and right with a shotgun before I fire at everything I can and taking out almost one monolith per shot before I realize that the only thing I have left is my Browning high power. Half full, 7 rounds. So, I fire as many shots as I can, and then I find myself picking up enemy weapons. I continue to fire at everything I can see that isn't Freedom members. Only to end up thinking, just like in my first death, that everyone had already died and being taken out, so I respond as someone just sitting at the table. And with that, I take out the last few monolith members and zombified members that I can, just to be the last one left on the playing field. I find myself satisfied as a Freedom member, getting about 20,000 rubles just because I had won, and there's no one left to actually grab any of the stuff left on everyone. And because of that, I stopped playing Azazel mode for a second, just to step into the world of the story mode. How every type of faction member has to go into the Clear Sky faction in order to find the old man friend of S.T.A.L.K.E.R in order to find S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Unfortunately, I had been caught up in other things, guiding people around the zone, finding ways to survive from satiety, hydration, and yes, a lack of health, and a lack of ammo and money. So with all that, I find myself living a normal life, even if I may be the demon Azazel. Feel free to come back next time where we finish up this whole point of being Azazel inside of the zone.